And we're off after many weeks of not playing. Last time, I'll do a quick recap, y'all had just woken up from coming back from, like, purgatory-ish. And, upon waking up for Gar, he noticed that in his hand, he was clutching a coin. And you had decided to trade a soul to save the soul of the old lady who is married to the farmer something oh. uh, and that is where we are. So what would you guys like to do? God damn it.
I'd say it's time to kill the guy. This coin.
Joe, can you tell T to just refresh her screen?
I think she did. Did you refresh your stuff? You still can't hear? You should be able to hear.
Because, I mean, she heard me announce my blood sugar.
Your sound isn't working?
Okay, I'm good now.
Okay. Good. So yeah, you made a deal with, you don't know who, because you never got a name, but you, assumed it was, Charon, the ferryman. To trade a soul for the soul of the old, Arbitio's wife. You are still in Arbitio's little hut, on the ground, just waking up. Gar notices a gold coin in his hand. What would you guys like to do?
I guess we're going to get the gold coin, tell him to watch over his wife, and go for the go visit our friend Martin.
Alrighty. So you head back into town, into Troyes, and from there make your way towards Langres. This is going to be a quick game because we're super late. Making your way south along the road. Before you reach Langres, though, you'll probably turn off so you can head towards the witch's cabin, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. Which you do.
Yeah, Langres is a city non grata to us.
Well, I mean, you're assuming this.
Yeah, we're not going to push that. We're just gonna.
You're like, this is a good assumption.
We're just not gonna do that.
We're just not gonna go back there to be fine.
You know,
Okay.
we might send Theo in there every once in a while just to scout it out. Can impress people with his calligraphy skills. It'll be fine.
You need a calligraphy check? I can do it right now.
So yeah, you guys head down there. You get to the witch's cabin. They're still tied up outside. Hands, however, move to the front now. Is Martin with his still nasty keg of beer and the remnants of some entrails from the boar you fought and killed.
That was near. Oh. Interesting.
Because we're gonna give Gar a look, and kind of go over to Martin and give him a sad pat on the shoulder. I'm gonna tell him that his people asked for this, for not being smart enough to put both a drinking establishment and a sleeping establishment in the same place.
Oh, Jesus. Martin doesn't appear to be all there, so to speak. He's looking less than grand. He hasn't eaten in a while. He hasn't drank in a while. He's looking pretty bad.
I kneel down beside him and be like, make sure you tell Master I said hi. And then give Gar a look, like, he's ready.
It's time. It's time.
Do I need to shove this coin in his mouth, or like, can I just?
I think you have to kill him and then put the coin in his mouth.
All right, I give him a mug of beer
Okay.
to start chugging.
He doesn't look too happy, but yeah, he drinks it.
While he's chugging, I just lightly snap his neck.
You lightly snap his neck.
Politely.
Oh, politely. Make a strength check.
Strength check. Should be easy.
All right. You as he's drinking his beer, you step behind him and place your big meaty arm under his chin and just like push really hard with your right hand, and just you hear a sickening crack and the crunch of some vertebrae cracking and breaking in his neck.
Grimwolf is going to try and catch the mug of beer so it is not wasted.
Make is there let's see, what is it? Let's see. Oh,
An initiative deck.
let's see here. Yeah, is it dexterity?
Yeah, the only thing relatively similar is just the initiative check to see if he.
Yeah, it's been so long. I have no idea what half the skills are anymore right now. I think it's initiative, or not, just a straight dex.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight dex? Alright.
I think just a straight dex. Yeah. You quickly reach out and grab the mug. A little bit sloshes out, but it wasn't good beer to begin with, so I mean, no harm, no foul.
Alright, Grimwolf is going to drink it.
Make a con check. Make a drinking check.
Yeah, because Ernest is going to give Grimwolf a look like, what the, what?
Yeah, no, you down it. It's great. I mean, it's not great. It's bad beer, but you like whatevs.
You know,
Whatever.
it's a shame to waste it, you know. Waste not, want not.
Yeah, and nobody wanted it. Alright. So yes, his neck is broken. He's had his nasty beer. What will you do next?
Tell Gar to hurry, that Master is waiting. And to put the gold coin in his mouth.
Yep, I do that.
Alright, you place the gold coin in Martin's mouth.
I do a little prayer, like to my Master, like, may his soul go to you. I don't know.
It's getting a little weird now. Leo.
We just started a cult.
Didn't intend to, but apparently it happened. Yeah. So you say your little prayer. You're not sure if anybody heard.
We heard.
All that matters.
I'm gonna give the poor elf just a couple few solemn nods of, standing with him. Solidarity. I'm giving a few nods of solidarity in his prayer skills.
Okay. You do that. What would you all like to do at this point?
Do we gotta bury this guy?
As far as I'm concerned, our work here is done. But
Yeah,
I do
I'm
feel a
good.
little bit bad, so
So it was never said you had to bury him, but what are you guys gonna do? Are you just gonna leave the body there?
I vote for.
Offer to that woman.
Do what?
We could offer it to the woman in the
Yeah.
shack there.
As you say that, the old woman, or the door to the hut opens, and the old woman kind of shambles out, looks down at Martin and says, "It's about time you've come and finished your job. But for the love of all that is, don't leave him rotting on my doorstep."
Yeah, that's fair.
Where do you dispose your bodies, old lady?
She looks at Gar and points to the east. "If I had any bodies to dispose of, I'd just hurl them into the chasm. Not that I have bodies to dispose of, mind you."
Oh, I'm sure. A dwarf doesn't like ale, and elves don't have oddly pointed ears.
You'd be surprised. I've met some dwarves that don't like ale.
Yes, well, they're not dwarves, then, are they? Must be those half-dwarf. Too much human in them, you know? Too much needing to separate sleep and drink. There's not a good combination. But, so are we going to bury him, or are we going to toss him into the abyss of nothingness?
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
That was a question.
I'm pulling the group here.
Right.
that way, if someone does find him, they'll think he got drunk one night and was wandering and fell into the chasm.
True, fair.
Good point.
No.
I bet you the stinging weed could use some
Fertilizer.
some fertilizer.
Do we have to make more potions to go back to retrieve the soul?
I don't know.
No, it was kind of indicated that the ferryman will wait for the individual with that particular gold coin.
So I don't know. What if the gold drops when we toss the gold or toss the body down there?
They could put the coin in his mouth and stitch his mouth shut.
Man, we're some morbid people.
I like that idea.
Question,
Wait, you're
Tanya.
calling them morbid, and you're like worshiping the ferryman.
I mean, it's just a deity. I mean,
It's just a cult. Tanya, can I roll a religion check to see if we know? Because some like different religions have time periods in which a soul doesn't actually depart from the body.
Yeah, roll a religion check for me. Somebody let me know what he rolled to, because I'm away from my desk.
Religious lore.
Natural 20.
Elliot, hold on a sec.
You got
Five stone
12.
points.
12.
He got a what?
A 12.
A 12? I mean, yeah, there are some religions that that believe that the soul doesn't depart the body immediately. But without actually knowing what religion Martin was, you're not sure how that would work, and you're not even really sure if any religions actually hold any merit into when a soul leaves the body.
When does in dwarven religions, when does the soul leave the body?
That's a good question. I thought about that. Give me a second.
5 years.
About the time it takes to down a bottle or a mug of ale after they die.
Right.
We're gonna go with a Dragon Age-esque religion for dwarves,
Okay.
in that they come from the earth. Even though you're not from this plane of existence originally, you still believe that there is some way for the dwarven soul, spirit, whatever you want to call it, to return to the land from which it was birthed. But they're not sure exactly how that happens. They just return him to the earth.
Okay, so we just bury the dead and hope for the best.
Yeah.
I turn to the witch, or witch, and ask if she can able to see souls or detect souls.
She looks at you for a moment. Kind of shakes her head. What exactly do you think I am? I'm just an old lady who lives in the woods and makes potions that heal and other things. I'm not some crazy witch. Stop fucking assuming that.
Wink.
Do you have an orb?
Does she have a what?
An orb?
An orb?
Mm-hmm.
No, why would I have an orb, silly child?
I think she's an orb. She's lying. I think we should bury the body.
Burying the body sounds good to me.
So we
That
have
jibes.
two for burying, one for tossing. What does Grimulf and Lily think?
Grimulf would bury according to his dwarven customs.
Barry.
Why are we buried?
Sorry, Gar.
Uh,
Who has a shovel?
You know, that's a good question.
I'm just gonna sit back and watch the four of them bury him.
What if we just burn him? Like, you know,
A pyre.
yeah, you know, that's
What?
easier than
the,
bury.
the town would see the fire, I imagine.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask: does the witch look human?
Yeah, she's definitely human. She's old and crotchety.
So
For
I'm gonna
human.
ask what you what you humans do in order to dispose of your dead.
It really depends on the beliefs of the group doing it.
This is why nobody likes humans. There's no order. There's no standardized process. You just don't know what you're doing at any time of your life.
You elect idiots into power.
Yeah, man.
She continues to say that, well, the nomads of the north burn their dead. The Christians bury them. Really depends on what their belief system is.
Does I'll check his body. Does he seem to have any religious paraphernalia on him?
Make a something perception check, seeing whatever.
Is there perception searching? Searching. There is searching.
Let me make sure that is what you want.
There's an intelligence evaluation.
Yeah, let me look up stuff. Let me look things up.
Oh, perception searching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A second, let me make sure that searching is what you want. Why can't I never find this damn page? Seriously. Here we go. Perception. Searching is finding things that are hidden or obscure, such as secret doors. Seeing is using your visual sense. So.
I guess seeing.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm not just like staring at his body. I'm like actively.
Then
But I'll go
do
with it.
searching. Then do searching.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's the same roll for me.
Or
So.
just do straight perception then, yeah.
11.
11. You pat Martin's body down, and find a small wooden cross, on a piece of leather, hanging low from his neck.
I'm gonna bring it up and ask everybody. Does this mean anything to y'all?
Vampire hunter.
Vampire! Make...
I don't know. Throughout all of our study, Leo would know what.
Yeah, Leo
That
can
would
make
be
a
nice.
religion check if he wants. Religious lore.
Yeah, it wasn't very bright. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
You got 2 stun points. So you're not super familiar with human religions, but you think that the cross itself is maybe part of the Christian followers of Christ, the dead God.
I think
Sounds so
it's from
fancy.
Christianity. Don't Christianity bury the people?
As far as you know.
Man, they can't get anything original. Copying the dwarves.
So I think we should bury this guy. Either we find a hole or dig one up.
Wait. I have a suggestion. So I feel bad for the guy. So I feel like we should bury him. But I also want to make sure the coin doesn't fall out of his mouth, because I don't know if that counts. But I want to stay on Gar's good side, so having him throw a body into the ravine is probably a good idea. What if we remove the head, we bury the head, and then
Oh
we
my god!
toss the body?
This is getting really dark.
So
I don't know,
real
guys.
serial killer type shit.
Or burying it is fine, you know. I'm just trying to get into my. You know, I've been in a real like horror crime fic phase. You know, it's this whole like being assaulted by bandits and going into the nether fade or whatever. It just impresses on a writer. You know, the artist has to express what he feels.
So what are we doing, guys?
I think we voted before. We could probably just bury him.
Yeah, head out east away from the hut to find a clearing where there's some soft dirt. Use the broadhead of my axe to scoop out a shallow grave.
Okay. Alright, so you begin to head east, dragging Martin's body behind you. I'm assuming Gar is hitting every rock he can as he drags the body.
Who says I'm dragging it? These fools are dragging it since they want to bury it.
They're the ones that want to bury it, you're right. I'm assuming somebody is hitting every rock they can, dragging his body east. And you do find a small clearing, about a mile or so away from the cabin. And Grimwolf begins to dig a shallow grave. Make a make just a strength check.
Oh yeah, look at that. Trip ones.
Triple ones.
That's
Holy
impressive.
crap!
That's impressive.
It's a legendary status.
It is. It's a legendary fail status. Grimulf, you take your axe. And what type of axe is it again?
It is, let's see, it is your standard battle axe that Grimulf has affectionately named Vera.
Vera. Alright, you bring out Vera. Let me get some dice real quick. You bring out Vera. And you walk around the clearing for a minute, looking for a spot that seems like it's gonna be a good, nice, soft section of ground. And you find one that you're suitably happy with. You bring your axe up, and you slam it into the ground to start your hole, and you immediately strike something extremely hard. You jar your hands from the axe, like your hands are almost numb, because the strength you put behind this strike. High or low?
Hi.
Okay. You wince ever so slightly and pull your axe head out of the dirt because it sunk in about 4 inches before it struck that hard surface. Pulling your axe head out of the dirt, there isn't luckily any severe damage to your axe head. However, you have dulled the blade.
Okay.
Let me find the information for the axe.
2d6 plus 2.
2d6 plus 2. It is now just a 2d6.
Okay. And for my own personal information, can the axe be sharpened again or something?
Yes.
Okay.
You will have to find. You'll have to find somebody a smith to rehone that blade. Yeah, it's not cracked. You didn't take a chunk out of it, but looking at what used to be a nice rounded axe blade, it's now like rounded, flat, rounded.
Okay. Grimulf is going to give the Deadpool gasp and immediately drop to his knees and cuddle the axe,
Oh my God,
saying
Vera,
some
no!
weird sayings in Dwarvish mixed with some light sobbing.
Oh, that is great. So Grimulf appears to not continue digging this grave. Who would like to continue?
I'm gonna ask Theo if he can calligraphy the ground to move. You know.
No.
You want to try? Give it the good old college try.
Okay. Knowing that nothing would happen, I just play along and just calligraphy in the air, like some magic spell, like dig.
Triple
In case
sixes.
anything happens.
Triple sixes. Triple sixes.
I don't really have weapons that can dig. I have a boar tusk.
Oh, that's right. I mean, that'll kind of dig.
All right, are you
Or
gonna use the board tusk to dig with?
unless anyone else has a better weapon.
Are there rocks? I actually have a paperweight.
A paperweight.
Yep. That looks like a let me see if I can find. It's a effectively a mace.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's an improvised weapon, ish.
Now I think I get a mace. I just wanted it to be flavored
Yeah, yeah.
as a paperweight. I'm trying to find the thing. It's like the ones with like that big conical end with like the little bell up at the top. It's a comically large iron paperweight impressed with a seal bearing the mark of a hammer and an anvil.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get that out and see if I can start, using that to push dirt aside.
Okay, make a strength check.
Triple one.
Just a straight strength.
Just a straight strength.
Oh my god.
Wow, guys.
I'm doing it very half-heartedly.
Wow.
Looks like
You-
Gar might get his wish.
Yeah, you take out your paperweight and like almost looks like you're like rowing a canoe trying to move dirt and it's not doing a whole lot.
Lily, do you have a weapon of some sort?
Not to do anything like that unless I want to make an explosive to just obliterate the ground.
Oh, geez, yeah. Use some of your gunpowder. Make an explosion, make a hole, and stuff his body in the hole and cover it up.
Sound probably carries quite a bit. I don't particularly want to, alert people that there might be a body nearby. Why don't we do this? So we dwarves, we maintain our beards because that's part of that's part of what keeps our vitality in us is our hair. So we'll just pull out some of his hair. We'll bury the hair in the little pit that we just did. We'll make him swallow the coin, and then Gar can give him to the great beyond. I mean, it's where my ancestors came out of. So there's got to be something good down there. Maybe he'll get back to Dwarven lands where he can enjoy a place to sleep and drinks in the same establishment.
Okay. Well, we tried digging a burying him. It doesn't work.
So I'm saying I'm gonna pull out some of his hair, right? Because as far as dwarves know, that also encapsulates some of his vitality. We're gonna throw it into the pit. I'm gonna cover that up. We'll say some pretty words, and then Gar can have his way. You can toss him like a field ball.
Yeah. We should put a sack over his head and tie it to make sure the gold coin stays with him.
That's what I'm saying. We need to, massage his throat so his dead body swallows it.
This is like a normal sized coin, right?
Yeah, it's like a $50.
I don't know. Like, isn't this like Boondock Saint style, where you just put the coins over the eyes, and that's just their money for their toll?
Yeah, but you were specifically told to put this one in its mouth.
Right.
Oh, was I? All right.
Yes.
All right then.
Or we could just, well, here's the thing. We'll just bury his hair here. We'll just leave the body comfortably in the clearing, and we'll let his, matter return to the earth in its own time. Because I'm tired of digging, and I don't want to have to deal with coming back here to find someone else to give a coin to. Because this guy gets no sympathy from me. I feel a little sorry for him, but only after he's dead.
Fine, agreed. Just
Alright.
bury some hair and we'll tie his mouth shut or something, like with some cloth, and just toss his body, or just leave his body here.
Alrighty. So you do that. You leave his body there. You kind of prop him up against one of the trees nearby, and just walk away.
Guys, we should buy a shovel next time. You never know.
I don't think any of us expected to have to cover it up.
Oh my god, guys. This is the second time you've had to do something when you're like, oh yeah, we gotta go down in this chasm thing. Let's not get rope.
We made rope though.
I
Can
know.
we make a shovel?
You probably could, yeah.
I mean, do I see like a big?
I'm just gonna put my arm around Theo's, I guess, upper waist. Just be like, just
It's Leo.
let it alone. Just let it alone, Leo. Just let it alone.
Fine. I just wave back and
He's in a better place now.
yeah, with my master. He is definitely in a better place now.
Oh jeez. Alrighty.
Oh, before we leave, I tuck inside his pocket the piece of paper with his blood on it, and then it says, "You're all in one piece now." And then I leave.
Aww.
Okay. So what would you guys? Where you guys headed now?
Probably back to Troya so we can pick up the little ones.
All right.
We'll probably make a pit stop to make sure that our little plan actually worked.
Okay.
And then we'll probably go back into Troy's proper to pick up the.
All right. Well, you guys are south of Troyes, and the farm is north of Troyes, so
Right. But we're gonna probably go.
you're just gonna go around it.
I mean, I guess we could stop in it, pick everybody up, make a pit stop to go see if it worked, and then head on.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Sounds
plan.
good.
All right. So you guys make your way back to Troyes. The roads seem fairly quiet. And as you travel, you hear bits and pieces of conversation from caravans as they pass. Actually, surprised at how quiet the roads are, considering bandits were quite prevalent just a month or so earlier. You make your way back to Troyes, into town, and you're gonna pick up the kids first?
Yeah.
Alright. You make your way through town to the Loving Arms, where the guard captain is currently hanging out. Let me get my Excel sheet opens.
And just for some background information, as we were camping along the roads, this is what Remolf looked like during the night.
Oh yeah.
He's now a broken dwarf.
Oh, we should step by a blacksmith, yeah?
Yeah, and Troy's. We should get that restarted.
So yes, whilst in Troyes, I would like to talk to who is the guard captain's name?
It's Arkulf.
To whom?
Arkulf.
Yes, I would like to talk to him and ask where they get their weapons sharpened, and if he could point me into their direction.
All right. So he's at the Loving Arms. He's sitting there talking to Ermina. And you walk up to him, and he stops mid-conversation with her and looks at you for a moment. And what are you going to say to him? You bark at him. Awesome.
I'm going to bark.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
It's amazing. Sounds so realistic.
Grimloff is going to make almost an uncomfortable remark about his sword, about how sharp it is, and he's going to ask where he can go to sharpen such weapons.
Do you at any point indicate that it is an actual sword in any way, shape, or form?
Because Grimulf is so short when he points, it could be pointing to the man's crotch or his sword belt. You're not sure.
Alright, hold on. Just because. High or low?
Shit. Low.
Alright. Arkolf gives you a weird look, grins ever so slightly, and pats you on the shoulder. He doesn't say anything. He nods to Ermina and says, I'm sure you've got a dwarven girl around here, right?
That is going to momentarily distract Grimulf, and he's actually going to contemplate that for a minute before coming to his senses and speaking more articulate with this human. He is looking to find a blacksmith to hone the blade of his axe.
Oh, you're my actual the sword. Oh, of course. Let me get the name for you.
I whisper to Lily, "This is embarrassing."
Yes, it is. You are going to want to go to. Do I have a smith? He says, you're gonna want to. Stupid accents. You're going to want to go to Wesson's Smithy.
Where is that?
Let me bring you guys over to the Troyes map. And to make it a size in which I can see the whole thing. He tells you that it is near Vulcan Gate.
Near Vulcan Gate. Okay. I am going to. Grimulf is going to leave the party and mention that he is going to try and find a blacksmith.
Alright. So Grimulf leaves the Loving Arms and heads east down that main street towards the Vulcan Gate. And as you near Vulcan Gate, you actually see a few establishments that look like they probably work with metal forging in some shape or fashion.
Okay. I'm going to go to the nearest one where I can at least hear the sounds of metal being hammered or steel being ground.
Okay. Alright, you head to the closest one. It is not Wesson's Smithy. The name of this one is... Give me a second. Well, I'm looking that up. What's the rest of the folks doing at the Loving Arms? Hmm?
I'm gonna check on Kit and Cade.
Yeah,
What?
I'm gonna follow my brother.
You're gonna what, Leo?
Check on Kit and
Kit and
Cade.
Cade? Okay. You
And
you
see how he's going, how her progress and her writing went, and
Alright.
try to help her with that.
As you head back towards Ermina's personal Yeah, my brain just stopped functioning. Personal quarters. She gives you a nod, and watches the exchange between Grimulf and Arkulf. And you head back through the little garden, back into the little house, or like guest house thing in the back, and you see Kit and Cade in the main room downstairs, rolling a ball back and forth, or possibly a sheep's bladder, pig's bladder, something of that nature.
Is that normal back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
No. At least it's not like person's head or something, I guess.
Yes, no, they're rolling Martin's head back and
Yes.
forth.
Oh my god. Should we tell them? No. I wave to Lily. You're with me as well, right?
Yep.
Alright. I wave to the kids, and yeah, to get their attention.
Okay. Kit notices you first. Cade's really enthralled with this ball thing.
I ask, Kit, how's it been? How are you?
Well, sir, it's been good actually. And you notice that she is again in new clothing. Um, as is Cade. She says, Miss Ermina's been real good to us. But I'm kind of worried. My father wasn't the best father, but he was all we had.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. We need to talk. I then just turn to Lily. It's your turn. And then I push her forward.
Okay, way to make that super awkward.
And then I go back to Cade and start playing with him because he's like
Okay.
1 year old.
He's like 2.
Two,
Yeah,
I'll
he's
still
young.
play
He's
with him.
young.
Okay. I think she has every right to know, so I like pull her aside and checking up. How is everything? What did you do while we were away?
Mr. Mina had the tutor come back, and my letters are getting better, but they're not good.
I just shout, I can make it better. Don't worry. We'll work on it.
About your father.
Uh-huh.
When we had last checked, unfortunately, he had passed away.
Oh. What happened?
I'm
Robbers
not
in the night,
100%.
terrible stuff.
Wait, were you here this whole time?
Stealth check for the win.
Well, no, for real. Was he there the whole time? Because then
Yeah, I
he
mean,
was
I'm tiny and short, but I was here.
Okay, well then, yes, that happened.
Wait, what did he say?
Robbers in the night, scary
Robbers.
stuff.
Robbers.
You know, you lived in a very questionable part of town, and your father was so distraught from having, the error of his ways had affected him so harshly that his body gave up on him and left him susceptible to robbery in the night. It is a cold, cruel fate, this hand that life has dealt you, but fear not, child, for you shall rise to the challenge. I give her a pat on the back, give my elven friend a pat on the back, and then I'll just walk away, and I'll be like, I'm gonna go find Grimulf and see how his axes grinded is going.
I just shout from a distance to Kit. Yeah. Don't worry, he's with my master. Yeah, things will be okay. And then I make sure, and then I go down back to the front and ask Armina, like, where can I buy some bandages?
All
She
right
just
then.
she just
I
points you. She just points you in the way of like an herbalist in town.
I nod, and then I tell my sister I'll be back, and I leave.
I literally look around in disbelief, like, did this just happen just now? And then check in with it. Are you okay with this news? I'm sorry that it has come so abruptly.
She takes a moment and I mean it was kind of expected.
Okay. Are you okay?
Sure.
Okay, well, I don't know if Miss Armina gave you anything or if you need to pack up anything. We are going to probably head out to Paris.
Oh, yes, to my aunts.
Yes, for you to be with your family. Is that okay? Do you like that plan?
Sure.
Oh, you sound a little different after your dad has died, but okay. A little more assertive, but okay. I like it. Have you eaten yet? Do you want to go
I
grab
told
some
you she
lunch?
was fine. And then walking.
She's like, well, Miss Ermina generally has food at certain times. But, I suppose we could go eat.
Okay, grab your brother and we can go get some bread and cheese. Because I have no idea what's in this town.
It's the medieval staple.
Yep.
Alright. So, you take the children to go grab food, and, the shop that Grimulf walked into is called the Heavy Arsenal.
Okay. And can you just ping on the map whereabouts that's located?
Near Vulcan Forge, or Vulcan Gate.
I know that. I'm just going to draw the little building in there.
Oh, it's probably gonna be, like, right under the G, so...
Okay, cool.
It's gonna be right there on the corner, because you basically walked into the first building you saw.
All right.
That sounded like it had, forging noises coming from it.
Okay.
As you walk in, you see a very large, very sweaty, what appears to be a half-orc. You kind of determined that this is probably the product of a human and an orc. The features are very, very human-esque with the orc tusks coming up and the ever so slightly pointed ears.
Okay.
And he appears to be pounding away at a large breastpiece.
Okay.
Breastplate.
I'm going to just kind of clear my throat in between hammer falls. Kind
Okay.
of get his attention.
As you do, he looks up at you and gives you a nod, and takes a few more minutes to finish up what he's doing before placing the breastplate on some hot coals to stay heated. Walks over to you, and he's pretty tall. Like, I mean, you're not short for dwarf standards, but he is towering over you.
Okay.
He looks down at you and says, yeah, what can I do for you?
That looks like good steel you're working on. Do you do weapons at all?
On occasion.
Well, I need my axe sharpened.
he he chuckles at you for a second. He's like, "Oh wait, relax."
And I'm gonna unsling the battle axe from my back
All right.
and kind of show it to him.
He accepts the battle. He takes it from you, and looks at it for a moment and be like, "What exactly did you hit with this?"
Giant, maybe 7 foot tall, clipped right in this his shin guarding. I don't know, must have had some heavy plate there. Did something.
Okay. All right. Make a where is it? Make a communications deception check.
Awesome.
It's actually not that bad. He's not a bright guy. Let's see. He scratches his head for a moment, and as he does so, you notice that his hair's thin and cropped very close to the head. And takes a moment and says, "I don't recall hearing about any giants in the area, but I mean, it doesn't mean it couldn't happen. Did you at least slay the foul creature?"
Oh, of course. I mean, you don't just leave a giant half dead.
It's like, "Haha, good man." And he continues looking at the axe and says, "Yeah, I can. We can sharpen this for you." Looks at the breastplate on the fires and says, "I can't get to it right this second, but I can have one of my folks get to it, say first thing in the morning."
I need that right now. She and I got some more dancing to do, if you know what I'm saying.
I can't magic a sharp edge on your axe.
And I am going to, let's see, plop down. Let's 5 silver in his hand.
5 silver in his hand. He looks down at the silver for a moment, thinks for a second, looks back over his shoulder, and yells out for an individual. I need to get a name for. He yells out, let's see here. What is he on? He yells at Corbin! Corbin! And from somewhere, there's a back door behind where he was working with the breastplate. From back there, a young man steps out. Definitely has orc in his bloodline, but not as much as the gentleman standing before you. He calls the young man over and says, "Here, make yourself useful." Thrusts the axe against his chest and tells him, "You've got 3 hours to sharpen that. Go." And the young man rushes off back to the door he came through, and you hear what sounds like a stone wheel begins spinning up.
Okay, I'm gonna nod to the half orc and tell him I'll be back. and gonna head out and I assume bump into Ernest.
Probably, yeah.
And
Well- Yeah, Ernest is probably right around the Vulcan gate trying to go, oh shit, which building did he fucking go into?
And now that I know Vera is being taken care of, I'm going to be in a more jovial mood and jokingly laugh with him. Come on, Ernest, let's go get our own axes sharpened, and just give out a hearty belly laugh.
He's gonna kind of chuckle at this, and he'll be like, "Yeah, friend. I don't know if you know, but writers don't get much."
And that's why they're writers.
He's gonna kind of like puff his cheeks up and be like, "We perform a valuable artistic service to this uncultured swath of land, but you're not wrong."
Come, my friend, they're on me.
Where are you going?
I assume not the loving arms. We'll find someplace else.
Are you looking specifically for a house of ill repute?
Yes.
Alright. You make your way through the streets of Troyes. And come to the unfortunate realization that there are very few. As a matter of fact, there is only one house of ill repute.
Is that the loving arms? Are we
Yeah.
gonna have to go back there?
Yep, you come across several breweries. There are a number of tradesmen, depending on the section of the city. There are quite a few very large estates within the city. But as far as obvious places where you can purchase flesh for a night, there is very few, and only one that you know of. Unless you specifically want to ask around for said services.
Yeah, why not? Let's ask around.
Okay.
Spice?
Spice. Do you spice? So you ask around. Make a communication investigation check.
You want us both to roll it?
Sure.
Communication investigation.
Oh, look at that.
Right.
17. I am eloquent as fuck.
You have your moments. Apparently, looking for a brothel is one of them.
Very ecstatic over Vera's soon-to-be resurrection. You ask around, and you are told that there is, the obvious place everybody mentions is the Loving Arms, and when you're like, no, somewhere else, several individuals
Find
take
some place where you feel bad immediately after.
several individuals take a moment and they're like, yeah, we might know someplace like that. Go and check out the first stag tavern. And then of course the second stag inn.
And where is that?
That is in the old Roman section of town.
Okay.
I think I had said this before. Did I say where it was at before?
Inside the Grey Gate.
Yeah, it's inside the gray wall area. Let me see if I put in my notes where exactly it was located.
I don't want that.
I did not, but I vaguely recall.
Doesn't even do. Doesn't
Vague-
even measure right anymore.
Vaguely recall that it was somewhere on the road uh, of the Belinus Gate, I believe, like somewhere up in this general vicinity.
All right. All right, sure. Be making our way there.
Okay. You make your way through town and up in that general vicinity, and there are 3 establishments in the area. The first Stag Tavern, the second Stag Inn, and the third Stag Restaurant.
Okay.
Oh, right. They have to separate these. I keep forgetting.
Gotta maximize those profits, man.
Grimulf is making a beeline right to the first stag.
First Stag Tavern, gotcha.
Yep.
All right, you vaguely remember this tavern. You vaguely remember this tavern as the location where individuals were getting robbed during the festival.
Oh, that's why this sounds familiar.
Yes. As you enter, you immediately recognize and then the inn. The inn is like down in this corner.
Okay.
You immediately recognize the bartender. Whoa, Jesus, people!
There we go.
Yep, you immediately recognize the bartender, and he kind of glances at you, and the look on his face is almost like, oh fuck, they're back. You walk up to the bar, and what would you like to say to the bartender?
First things first, I need a woman, then I need an ale. What can you do for me, sir?
He leans over the tavern to look down at you. A woman and an ale. Well, that is an odd request, but not unheard of. He pours you an ale, puts it on the tavern, and gives a casual nod towards a door off to the side of the tavern itself.
Okay. I'm going to motion to Ernest. Come on, let's go make some bad decisions.
So, Ernest, through all of this, is looking visibly a little bit uncomfortable. And as you say that, he gets his quill out and he says, all right, give me a minute." And he
No.
looks around.
Hold on. The one you labeled tavern is actually the inn, Second Stag Inn.
All right, I can fix that.
The tavern and the restaurant are across the street from each other.
He's gonna take out his quill and he's gonna make a couple swishes, and I'm going to cast Hands of Fate.
When you cast a spell, you get a total bonus equal to your stunt die, which is 3. For the remainder of the encounter, you can give part or all of this bonus to any ally within 20 yards if you'd like to make one of their failed abilities checks with success.
Am I considered an ally? Does this power affect me? I suppose is the better question.
It doesn't say you can't give it to yourself. Okay. So you have 3 stunt dive, so 4 bonus. All right. So what are you guys gonna do?
I guess I'm gonna follow. Take a swig from my flask and follow Grimulf.
Alright. Grimulf heads over towards the door, opens it up, and you are met with an odd smell and a puff of smoke coming out of the room. You enter, and it's very, very dimly lit. There are bar patrons lounging on piles of cushions, puffing on hookahs. There are some women catering to the patrons in various ways. Not to go into detail, but it's not a child-friendly room.
It's a scene out of Caligula.
Yeah. There are a few piles of cushions available. It's given the area of town you're in. You expected the establishment, or at least this section of the establishment, to be not as seedy as it is. But apparently even the rich like to slum it once in a while.
Okay. Grimulf is going to just find an empty lounge or whatever, and sit down.
Okay. You sit down with your ale. What is Ernest gonna do?
Ernest is gonna sit down too with his ale, and he's gonna try to look as confident as possible.
Alrighty. After several moments, some girls arrive from another door in the room, and walk up to you. And that is where I'm gonna cut off. You can imagine whatever you want to imagine at that point.
It's like the ending of The Sopranos. It just fades to black.
Yep. And that's gonna fade to black. So yeah. Lily and Peter and what was Gar doing again? Not Peter, but Leo.
He's summoned an herbalist to buy them bandages.
That's right. What was okay? Yeah. So you do find an herbalist. They're I mean, it's not too difficult to find. And you do find that they have clean bandages for sale. They're in the book, I think. As far as things that you can buy. Somewhere. Traveling and adventure stuff. Why are they not in the traveling and adventure stuff? Trade goods. Professional gear. Healer's kit. Ah! So yeah, it's a healer's kit that you're getting. Unless you really just want the bandages.
What's in a healer's kit?
Okay, so a healer's kit contains bandages, herbs, salves, small knives, thread and needle, and other tools used to treat injuries.
Thread and needle. You could have used that. Sew the guy's mouth. Yeah, I'll take one of those.
Okay, so it's 25 silver for the healer's kit.
25 silver?
Yes, it's 25 silver.
Fine. What's in it?
I mean, I think we got some cash money.
Yeah, you guys did get paid quite a bit, didn't you?
I don't know. I didn't get. Did I get any of that money?
We have 198 silver in the group account. And I think buying you things that keep us from dying is probably a good investment.
Fine. I'll take it from my personal fund right now, but I'll ask for the money later.
All right. So you purchase it. What was Gar doing?
What was the name again? I'm sorry. Bandages,
Shit. I just.
needles.
It is on
Uh,
page 64. Healer's kit, bandages, herbs, salves, small knives, basically scalpels. Scalpels, thread and needle, and other tools used to treat injuries.
okay, thank you.
Yep. What was Gar gonna do during all this?
Just wandering. I mean, I kind of don't really have anything to do in the city, so.
Okay. You're just kind of out and about, looking around. Gotcha. And
Yeah.
Lily is taking the children for food,
Yes,
for bread and cheese,
I'm so fancy.
the medieval staple. It's goat cheese, by the way. Meh. Alright, so just because I don't want you to waste your spell, what were you going to use this for?
Wait, what?
The spell you cast. Just because I don't want you to waste it, what were you going to use it for?
Oh, I mean, it's fine. But so the idea is that you know, being a writer and being a dwarven, I'm gonna guess that unless dwarves are generally from the scribe families, that it's not exactly the most attractive quality in a dwarf. So Ernest has never exactly had the time. He's been dedicated to his art, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So he was very afraid of his ability to perform. So he dipped into his magical arts in order to
Okay.
supplement his performance should he need to.
Alright. So just for shits and giggles. For the assumption that I mean Grimmel's paying for the women, so I mean it's kind of a given that they're gonna sleep with you. Go ahead and make a stamina check.
Like Ernest has like no idea what he's doing. He is entirely very confused. He's like, yeah, manly stuff. You said stamina?
Alright,
That
not
can
too
go up
not
to
bad.
a 17.
Yeah,
Because I still have 3 points. But it's gotta fail. It's gotta fail in order for me to use it.
Well, let's see here. The GM must tell you the cost and then can decide. So I'm gonna say this: the higher it is, the better it is.
Am I only gonna have to make one roll?
This isn't gonna be a fail or succeeds instance. It's gonna be a are you a Minuteman or are you not a Minuteman?
I mean, am I only gonna have to make one roll?
I mean, nah, make another one. Just shits and
You
giggles.
tell me how many rolls that I have to make, and then I'll decide which points I want to spend.
Make 2 more rolls.
Alright, so up to 3 rolls. Alright, I'm going to, you know what, 14's pretty good. 14's pretty good.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep 14 where it is. 13. Alright. You know what, I'm gonna bump that up to another 14. I'm gonna get 2 14s. And then that's gonna go up to a 21.
Ernest with the big finish.
Yeah. So you start out kind of mediocre.
So wait, hold on, I get 6 10 points.
We're not.
I can flirt? Flirting is a good
You can
thing.
totally flirt. You can totally flirt. Let's keep that to ourselves though. Just because I don't want a bad rating on YouTube.
There you go.
So yeah, you start out a little mediocre. You know, normal. It's the same. And at the end, toes are curling.
That's good. I'm glad.
So yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna call it there. And then in next week, you will make your trip to Paris with the children. And I think you had talked to somebody, one of Remy's folks, about
Oh, for our carriage?
for a yeah, for a caravan.
It's
For a,
Thomas's. I can
yeah,
find him. I have his blood.
yeah, his blood. Yeah, you had talked to him about him using his wagon to take you all to Paris.
Yeah. I put Thomas, our Uber driver. That's what it says.
At least notes you understand.
Hmm.
So that's where we will call it there. I'm gonna quit recording. Oh shit! Fuck! I meant
What'd
to
you
save
do?
that. I closed my Excel sheet with the notes from the shops you guys found, and then I didn't save it.
Oh shit.
Oops. Oh well.